Okay, you know that summer look that's like peachy blush, dewy skin, really thick eyebrows, and everything's like glowy and angelic and beautiful. I have perfected the look because I have the perfect products to get me there, and I want to share with you guys the products that I use, the products that I gravitate towards in the summer. Hey guys, my name is Michelle Bali. I make videos on makeup and fashion, the edgy streetwear vibe. So if that's also your vibe, make sure that you're hitting subscribe. But let's hop into the video. Let me actually take my hat off so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So starting with the skin, I don't like to have too much foundation on in the summer because I feel like when the sun is strong, I don't want people seeing my foundation, you know? You can kind of get away with it in the winter. But I feel like in the summer, everything is on display and I just don't like having that much foundation on. I usually skip the foundation, but I go for something that is like a little bit more glowy, like a glow lotion. One of the hallmarks of this look is very juicy, glowy, angelic skin, and I feel like the Lumi Glotion by L'Oreal does such a good job of making my skin look like a baby, kind of like glowy and dewy, but without emphasizing my texture, because I have used other luminizers that really emphasize my texture because they're overly metallic or they just don't look realistic. And then I'm afraid like I'm gonna step out into the sun and it's gonna be glittery and it's gonna be emphasizing my texture. But with this one, I don't feel that way. I have looked, you know, I've tested it outdoors, I've tested it indoors, I've seen it on camera, and I just always know that if I put this on, I'll feel comfortable, I won't feel like it's overly unnatural. I find that the Lumi Glotion does a really nice job of evening your skin tone out so that you don't need a foundation, but then also adding a little bit of glow and making you look really youthful and really plump. You can put it as a moisturizer and just like put it all over your face, but I like to just put it like anywhere that I would normally highlight, and it just like gives the illusion that all your skin is like that and all your skin is moisturized and like highlighty. Sometimes I just find it like overkill to put it all over. I just don't want to like accidentally overdo it, you know what I mean? So the Glotion gives me the glow, but the thing that gives me the bronzy sun-kissed look, like it looks like I literally just walked off a beach, is the Becca Skin Perfecting, what is it called? Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Topaz. Guys, when I tell you, you will not be disappointed. Okay, so I normally would have never picked this up because this is actually a highlighter for someone with deep skin tone. But I think I just tried this in the store and I was like, damn, this is like a beautiful bronzer. Normally, I'm afraid to bronze and contour with something that has so much shimmer, but trust me, in the pan it looks really shimmery, but when you put it on the skin, it just looks beautiful. But what I really love about this is I will tie a look together by spraying an eyeshadow brush with a bit of setting mist, putting this on my eyelids, and it just makes my eyelids look wet. I love this product. I think it's so multi-purpose and I think it's perfect for the summer. I have rebirthed my love for Hoola bronzer. I think I've had this Hoola bronzer for maybe 8 years. I've hit pan, but like I can't let it go because it's so perfect for contouring. And I feel like it just gives you such a realistic, chiseled out look that I think is so nice for the summer because, you know, you want that like model chiseled vibe. And I think Hoola does such a good job because it's not too warm, it's not too cool. I think it's perfect for under the cheeks and really contouring the jawline. Like I feel like that is so perfect for the summer. You know, you want to have this like snatched jawline coming out of the water, like flipping your wet hair. Do you see it? Are you picturing? I'm picturing like a Charlie's Angels, you know, the wind is going north, it's like golden hour. This is what I picture, and I feel like Hoola bronzer gets you there, just kind of like chisels out everything. And this is something that I just like haven't picked up in so long, but I played with it again and I was like, why have I been sleeping? Blush by far is one of the most important parts of this entire look because I feel like without the blush, it's like, did you even get a sunburn? Were you even outside? I got 2 blushes. The first blush that I want to talk about actually comes in a palette. It's in this e.l.f. palette. This is just literally called blush palette. The one that I really like from this palette is this orangey one up here. I feel like it's so good just to kind of like give like a glow, like a halo around a more intense color, if that makes any sense. To give it a little bit more of this like blown out, airbrushed, soft look, like a really soft focus look. And I feel like this color is perfect for that. And I do get a lot of use out of this palette because I use the other shades more in the winter. They're just more cool toned. But this shade right here, this warm shade, so perfect for the summer and so perfect for tying any look. So you know how I said that this color is for like the halo around the cheeks? It's this color that goes in the center because this color, I don't think I've ever tried anything like this. This is the epitome of a summer blush. It's like vibrant, but natural, dewy, but not too juicy or like oily looking. Honestly, I can't say enough about this. I picked this up on a whim in Indonesia. Hopefully you guys can get it. But it is called the Silky Girl Cool Chic Blush, and it's in the color 01 Peach. This is anything but peach. This is like a rosy, fiery, but wearable blush color. I am obsessed with this blush, and I really, really reach for it in the summer. I don't have that much use for it in the winter, but when it comes summertime, with a nice tan, whistles in Spanish, it is beautiful. I always saw these really cute looks on Instagram with these really beautiful, sun-kissed, innocent-looking girls that had this like pop of color on their cheek, and it's so bright and bold and beautiful. And somehow, no matter what blush that I tried, nothing was bright enough, nothing was bold enough. I was like, were they using Photoshop? What's happening? But then I found this blush. This is like probably what they're all using. It's so vibrant, it's so airbrushed, it's so creamy and juicy and natural and beautiful. And I'm so glad that we came into each other's lives. Okay, this next product's like a little random because it's not necessarily makeup, but the thing that I find about summer makeup is that you want your makeup to be blended. I feel like in winter you can get away with like a little bit of cake phase because, you know, we're all there, we're all in it together. But in the summer, you know, your skin's got to be on point out there in that bright sunlight. This is the Quo sponge that they have at Shoppers Drug Mart. I feel like this sponge blends everything in like 2 swipes. I don't know why I was using Beauty Blender for so long. I don't know what happened. I just kind of one day was like tired of my Beauty Blender and I was like, let me try something else. This sponge is so freaking good. It like blends everything so seamlessly, makes everything look really natural. It does it in like 2 seconds. This always gives me the most flawless blush application, contour application. My foundation doesn't look too foundation-y. It looks kind of like juicy and dewy, and I feel like this is so multi-purpose. I'm so happy that I found this. I'm really happy that I kind of made that switch to Beauty Blender. I got so like stuck on the Beauty Blender, but then after I found this, I was like, what have I been doing? One of my favorite sponges. Actually, literally my favorite sponge that I've ever used. I've used Beauty Blender, I've used Real Technique, and then I came across this $9 Quo one, and I was like, blown away. I have discovered a brow combo that is invincible during the summer. It gives you this very bushy Gen Z brow. You know the brow I'm talking about. And it's 3 products. So the first product is this NYX Professional Makeup Lift. Why did you say NYX Professional Makeup? NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen. This gives you really natural, realistic, hair-like strokes, and you can get really precise. This morning I figured out that I have a favorite brow, and it's this one, because my hairs are a lot longer in the front and I find everything is just a little bit more defined. This brow is the stepchild. So I basically use this pen to get this brow up to par with this one. I find it especially useful for the brow hairs up front. I literally like will just fake entire hairs at the front because this is so much bushier and it just like balances everything out. I have used other brow pens and brow markers and brow pencils. Even like the micro fine brow pencil is nothing, does not hold a candle to this, and how thin and exact the tip is. Actually, I have a whole video on how I use this pencil. If you want to see that, I'll just link that somewhere here. Are you guys still using brow powders? I feel like there was a moment with that. Are you using brow pens or powders or like brow pencils? Let me know in the comment section. I'd be curious. But yeah, so this is like the perfect combo because then I lay my brow hairs down flat with this Got2b Ultra Glued. I know a lot of people use the yellow one, but I really like the black one because I find that my hairs don't move. Like if I put them down, that's where they stay all day. And then my very final step for my brows, this is kind of a showstopper. This is kind of a massive deal because this is an e.l.f. product. Like I remember the time where we'd all have to get like the Glossier Boy Brow, and there are so many good options out there, and I found a really good one. This is the Wow Brow, and this has these little fibers that makes your hairs look a lot more bushy. So if you're going for that like Lily Collins vibe, you know the one, then this is gonna be perfect because it's really gonna make everything a lot fuller. I am in the color Deep Brown, just for your reference. And then the last step, but some would argue quintessential to this look, is the lips. I actually have opted out of using like gloss or anything lately. I just put on lip liner. And the lip liner that I've been using a few actually. I've been using 3. I use, and I think I've talked about this before, but I use the Lise Watier one. So if you're Canadian, Lise Watier all the way, because it stays so well, and I find that it fills in my Cupid's bow so beautifully. Sometimes I find that you can kind of tell that you've filled in your Cupid's bow to get like that rounder, poutier look. But with the Lise Watier one, I just think that it just makes everything look seamless. And the color that I have is Nude Blush. It's perfect for my skin tone. It just looks like natural. But they have a really wide range. They have really deep browns and really, pale pinks. They have a lot to choose from, which It's really nice. So I swear by this lip liner too, like so much so that I've literally used it down to a little nub. But this is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil, and it is in the color Stark Naked. I love this shade because it's like not too warm, not too cool, and it really does stay on, and it does a really good job of like faking things out. You don't have to worry about it looking unnatural or too cakey. This is a perfect lip liner if you're going for something that's like pouty, and I feel like that is quintessential for this, you know, summer makeup look. I want things to be like pouty and juicy, and this gives you like that perfect full lip. I like to put it right in the center here, and I like to round out my Cupid's bow to give everything just like a little bit more pout. You know what had just occurred to me? You know what would be a really good business idea? Like an SPF setting spray. Because then you wouldn't need like SPF specific products. You could use your favorite products and then set your face with SPF. Why don't they do that? So yeah, these have been all my favorite products to get this beautiful glowy summer look. Hopefully you guys found some new interesting things. Let me know if you end up getting any of these things and what you think about them. Other than that, make sure that you are subscribed, because here on this channel, I'm constantly having content about fashion and makeup, and I'm more on like the streetwear edgy type of a vibe. So if you feel like that's also your vibe, make sure that you're subscribing. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.